Chapter 10 Drawing Supplies. Lanoya peered into the drawing room. Her rolled up canvas had been moved and now lay on the floor inside the drawing room. She gestured to Edmond. Can you get that canvas for me? His eyes widened. You mean I have to go in the room? Well, I cannot carry everything out by myself. He grimaced and slid past her into the room full of learners. Lanoya proceeded past him to get the paint and brushes. Teacher Lord Humby scoffed. Could not stay away, I see. Does this mean you will be joining us for lessons as well? Or just the competition? She glared at him. I am making a drawing to replace the one I tore on accident. I am not interested in any lessons you are pretending to teach. Teacher Lord Humby laughed. You know nothing. I hope you lose this competition. He bent down and his eyes bore into hers. Because if you win, you will replace me as the teacher of imitators, which means you will do nothing except study all the powers of the land. Lanoya gulped. The old man stood up and opened a closet door. You will be needing a stool. He turned and handed one to her. He returned to his pacing around the other learners, bending over and lecturing them on their drawings. I am not taking lessons from him or anyone else in this chapel. I do not care about the competition. I am going to live in the secret room. She placed the paintbrushes on the stool. Pain shot through her wrist when she picked up the stool. Lanoya grimaced and hugged the stool close to her chest in order to shift the weight to alleviate the pain. She snickered at Edmond with his mouth wide open, staring at Teacher Lord Humby's back. Come on, I need that by the door across the corridor. Edmond hefted the canvas over his shoulder and whispered, Teacher Devon was telling the truth? You are going to be a teacher? Lanoya ignored him and marched across the hall. She sat down the stool and waved to Edmond. I need you to hold it up here so I can put the marks for the bricks in the right place. He leaned the canvas against the wall. Not until you tell me the truth about you and the teachers. She furrowed her eyebrows. What are you talking about? Teacher Lord Humby said you were going to replace him as a teacher. Lanoya sighed. I am not going to be a teacher or take lessons here. I am here because some stupid boy stole leathers from a man in Thayer's and hid in my alley. The foul man accused me of stealing and dragged me here. Some old man told the king I have some kind of power, and he volunteered to bring me here. I have not seen him since. All the teachers I have met tell me I have a power of the land, and I am supposed to be happy. I am here. I am not happy. I do not want to be like them. If making this drawing gives me a place to hide from them, and will keep anyone else from blaming me for things I did not do, then I am going to paint a wall and give myself a place to hide. Are you going to help me or not? Edmond unrolled the canvas. You do realize if they are right about your power, the teachers will keep tricking you into using it until you decide to stay. Lanoya grabbed a brush and climbed onto the stool. I will not let that happen. She reached for the canvas and tried to hold it over the door. She flinched. The weight was too much for her wrist. If I focus on drawing, the pain will go away. She closed her eyes, inhaled, and waited. Energy filled her body. She pictured in her mind what the finished canvas would look like. Lanoya opened her eyes and exhaled. I have to draw it while I know how it is supposed to turn out. Holding the canvas and drawing simultaneously was not possible. Can you get up here with me and hold this straight across? Edmond chuckled. Maybe I should see if there is another stool. A tall, skinny man with sunken cheeks and gray flecks in his hair approached them. What are you children up to? Edmond stepped back. We were just leaving. The man flinched at his words. Lanoya grabbed Edmond's shirt. No, we are not. He is helping me with my drawing. The man nodded. The girl speaks the truth. Does Teacher Lord Humby know you are doing this? Edmond stared at his feet, and Lanoya shook her head. I do not need his permission, or yours either. Edmond squeaked. What are you doing? He might be one of those teachers. The thin man's smile only served to sink his cheeks further into his face. You are a wise young man, he cooed, and leaned in closer to Edmond. Tell me, who told you to do this? Careful how you respond. I will know if you are lying. Edmond gulped. It was the watcher, Teacher Devon's ideas. The man's shoulders twitched. I warned you not to lie to me. Lanoya bit her lower lip and glanced back and forth between the two of them. I do not know who this man is or why he cares what we are doing. Edmond agreed to help if I keep the teachers away, so I have to make this man go away. Teacher Lord Humby instructed me and the other children in his class to replicate the torn canvas. He stood and nodded. Again, the girl speaks the truth. Tell me, what does this have to do with Teacher Devon? Lanoya pressed against the wall and tried to hold the canvas in place. Can he not see that I am busy and care nothing for his questions? I do not understand why Edmond is so afraid of him. Teacher Devon has nothing to do with this. I told you, Teacher Lord Humby instructed it. He groaned and clutched his stomach. Do not lie to me, you little wretch. If you will not speak the truth, I will take you to Teacher Devon to discover it. His bony fingers dug into Lanoya's arm as he yanked her off the stool. His warm breath wafted across her ear. You cause me pain from your lies. I will inflict pain in return. Teacher Devon's familiar voice floated down the corridor. Teacher Tyrone, certainly you have learned by now there are many truths, and children often do not realize their version is not always accurate, nor do they understand the painful effect lies, half-truths, and mere suspicion have on those with truth-sensing power. Teacher Tyrone growled, This is the chapel of powers of the land. Everyone here is learning about the land's powers or is a teacher of powers. There is no room for lies of any kind. Devon laughed. It is not lies, so much as a little trickery. I encouraged the girl to complete Teacher Lord Humby's assignment. She enlisted the boy to help her. He thinks I am trying to control them. She has not decided whom to believe. Her power is the only reason she is here. Teacher Tyrone released his hold on Lanoya. So they are not lying. They do not believe you. Devon nodded, and Tyrone stomped off. Devon shouted after him, Could you send for Teacher Lady Talia? She will want to examine Lanoya. He used his foot to slide the stool to Edmond and motioned for him to pick up the canvas. I suggest you get these lines around the edges before she gets here. You will not be allowed to draw any more this sun. Lanoya's eyes opened wide. What do you mean I will not get to finish my drawing? He laughed. Your wrist is not wrapped properly, and you cut yourself up on the stones outside. No healer will let you keep working. Lanoya scowled, and Edmond stood on the stool. He grabbed the canvas and handed one end to Devon. The sooner you finish this, the sooner I can get out of this place. Lanoya knelt down and dipped the pointed end of the handle into the paint. Teacher Devon and Edmond held the top of the canvas over the door. Lanoya pulled the fabric taut on one side and made little marks where the bricks met the door. She repeated the process on the other side. I need the stool to do the ones on top. Teacher Lady Talia screeched. What in the land are you doing? Can you not feel how much pain your body is in? Teacher Devon was right. She will not let me finish. I know my hands and wrists hurt. So do my knees. I have to finish this, and then I can hide in the basement. I can rest and be free of all these people telling me what to do and how to do it. Teacher Devon smiled. Let her finish the top, and she will not argue with your treatment. Stop her now, and she will disappear. Teacher Lady Talia glared at him. Disappearing without treatment will only make it worse. He nodded. Her power is distracting her from the pain. Teacher Lady Talia sighed. Very well. What needs doing? He pointed to Edmond. Give Lanoya your stool, and you are free to go. Edmond jumped off the stool and shoved it at Lanoya. Good luck getting away from them. Off he ran. Lanoya sighed. Stupid boy. I should have known better than to trust him. She climbed onto the stool and used her arm to hold up the side Edmond had dropped. Teacher Lady Talia grumbled. Hurry it up, child. I cannot resist the need to fix you up for long. Lanoya pursed her lips. I will not hurry up. Drawings cannot be rushed. These people do not understand anything. She used the thin tip of the end of the brush and meticulously marked each line between the bricks to match the ones on the wall. She stepped off the stool. Now I need to find a place to lay it down and finish the rest of it. Lady Talia grabbed hold of Lanoya's arm. You are finished for this, son. You will sit on the stool and let me tend to your hands. Lanoya struggled to get away, but Devon's strong hands pressed into her shoulders, forcing her to comply with Lady Talia's instructions. She did not see where Lady Talia got the ointment she was rubbing onto her hand and wrist. The smell was sweet and soothing. Her shoulders relaxed and her eyelids fluttered. What is this woman doing to me? I have not drunk anything. Edmond was right. These healers cannot be trusted. Her eyelids became too heavy to open, and her thoughts trailed off into the darkness.